My son, be attentive to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings. Let them not escape from your sight. Keep them within your heart, for they are life to those who find them and healing to all their flesh. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. Good morning. This is Pastor Steve Mapp, and I'm so glad that you've taken some time to join with us this morning for our devotional for this Monday, January the 25th. It's a beautiful passage from Proverbs chapter 4, verses 20 through 23, and it speaks to the heart. And in the book of Proverbs, 31 chapters, we see that word heart we see it 69 times. Clearly a message there from the writers of Proverbs about the value of the heart. You know, this past week we were able to witness the change in administration of national leadership. We witnessed the inauguration and the swearing in of a new president and vice president, and we heard them declare with their hand on the Bible to serve and defend and protect the U.S. Constitution with all that they have. I think we all have things that we want to serve and to defend and to protect. Our families, our homes, our property, our vocations and jobs. We stand on guard, ready to serve and to defend and to do what we need to do that's necessary for the well-being of those things. But Scripture today, the Scripture I've read, is very clear on the most important thing to keep and defend and to protect. It's in our passage today, the heart. You know, in today's Western world, the heart and the head are often at odds as the source of feeling and the source of thinking. But in the ancient Hebrew world, there was no conflict. The heart was the comprehensive inner person. It was the locus of one's will and one's thought and one's feeling. Actions and speech flowed from the heart. And Jesus told the Pharisees, we find this in Luke's gospel, this wisdom: the good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth what is good, and the evil man out of the evil treasure brings forth what is evil. For his mouth speaks from that which fills the heart. And we know also, too, that the heart is the seat of our motivation. Jesus said, you know, where your treasure lies, there will your heart be also. And King David, in Psalm 51, cried out, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me." The heart, it's the dwelling place of God's Spirit within us. It's Jesus's home in us. When I was a little boy and was asking to be baptized, I remember telling the minister that I wanted to give my heart to Jesus. How do we, as the psalmist says, keep our hearts with all vigilance? Well, I think first we make a promise. We make a promise to God to give our hearts to Him. We promise to learn of Jesus, to learn from Him, and to follow His path. We listen for His voice with the ears of our heart, and we see His ways with the eyes of our heart. I couldn't help but think for a moment this morning about John Newton, back in the 17th century, the slave trader, who later, of course, had this incredible conversion and found God and gave his heart to the Lord and walked away from the prosperous trade that he was experiencing with such an evil thing. And he wrote that great hymn, Amazing Grace, and that's probably the most well-known hymn, I think, that we sing today. In fact, Garth Brooks sang it at the inauguration. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. was blind, but now I see. It's amazing to me that what John Newton saw was this amazing difference that came from the change in his heart. He saw with the eyes of his heart what was wrong, and that it was God's grace that pulled him through. And as the writer of Proverbs says today, "My son, be attentive to my words. Let them not escape from your sight. Keep them within your heart. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life." What an amazing passage, and how important it is for us to know and to understand that of all the things that we seek to serve and to defend and protect in our lives, the most important is the heart. It's the heart. Guard that. That's where the Spirit of God lives within us. What a great passage, and I love the Proverbs. They're great learning there. Thank you for taking time to be with us this morning. It's such a pleasure to be with you. And so for today and throughout this week, I pray for your safety. I pray for God's blessings. And I pray for each and every one of us to just love and cherish the heart that God has given us, and to serve and to perfect it, and to serve it and to defend it and protect it at all costs. For from it flow the springs of life. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Have a great day.